Hello all, Beto here. Welcome back to another episode. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of Black Bart today in this episode. The Plunder Pirates, that's right. So first of all, let's get into the pros. Here you can see a bullet point at them to make it a little bit easier for you guys, but also so I know what I'm talking about. Plus I think it's better displayed this way. First of all, he is able to be resurrected 3 times, which means you can use his ability to bring him back to life 3 times. After that, he will actually officially die, and you will lose 2 stamina instead of the 1 stamina instead. So he's not indestructible. He will eventually die, but it will take a very long time, and you'd have to fight a very tough base. I've personally done this on maybe I think a live stream, but definitely a video that's occurred. Bring it on ability. That's not actually the name, but that's what I call it because it's exactly the same as the brute. It distracts defenses, so as previously, it's bullet time, I think. But the bring it on ability, you can use it to distract mortars or cannons, gun towers, whatever you want to call it, whatever's in the way. You can use this ability, which is quite good. I've already gone over the resurrect ability 3 times before he dies, which that's a pro. Increase hit points of all defences across the island. Always remember when you're reading about legendary pirates in the legendary fort, it actually says across the island and not near the legendary fort. It's a big difference, which means you don't have to have this legendary fort situated right in the middle of your base, but keep it well protected, otherwise you're going to lose the buff. And then increase hit point of walls. There is other ones that do the same. Boomer's another one that does the same. There's 3 or 4 legendary pirates that increases the hit point of the walls, but Black Bart is definitely one of the best for that, and he's also good on attack. He's powerful legendary pirate early, mid, and late game. So if you get him at level 1 and you're say a pirate hall 3. Say you get him, but you won't be able to afford him because of storages. But let's say Pirate Hall 5, there you go. Something like that. He's useful to you straight away off the bat because he's a tanky legendary pirate. Mid game, he's, because of the resurrect 3 times and the bring it on ability, it makes him an absolute tank and a beast. And of course, late game, that's the first legendary pirate I've maxed. He's great again for defense and attack. He's very versatile, and that's why I love using him. Plus, you can, which I've not noted here, you can substitute a couple of juggernauts or brutes, whatever you use him, because he's so tanky. You could therefore go for some extra damage dealers when using Black Bart. It's optional. Materials are easy-ish to obtain for a rare. Again, it's the first one I've maxed, showing that he's not overly difficult to get the silo materials for. Okay, let's jump onto the cons now. Let's see the bad and downside to Black Bart. So let's actually, it's not work for me, it's work for you guys. My apologies, I'm terrible at this. Okay, so the cons. He's rare LP, meaning he's harder to obtain. There's 4 rare legendary pirates in this game. That's Black Bart, Blackbeard, Chingshi, and Sailor the Goat. They're the rarest to obtain. And Sailor the Goat and Black Bart are the easier ones out of the 4 to get. Deciding to use on defense or attack. Now this is a con because obviously if you lose him on defense, you're going to lose 2 stamina, which the legendary fort has to be destroyed in order to lose stamina. And most people will take out your legendary fort. So it's a conundrum. Do you use him on defense or attack? That's the con to it. That's a good conundrum to have because he's such a good, versatile legendary pirate. He's one of the top 5 for sure. Very slow movement speed. He's very slow going. He takes a long while to get into the base and walk around. And if there's buildings left over, you're sure as hell he's not going to get to them. Okay, so this one's probably the most vital, well, one of the most vital ones. Dual abilities coincide with one another. What that means is that he has the Bring It On ability, If he uses that and the resurrect button, they're the same button, they interact with each other. So you use that ability, you've got to wait for that to refresh and come all the way back around the cooldown to be able to enable to resurrect him, and vice versa. If you resurrect him, you can't then use the bring it on ability. So they coincide. It's one or the other basically, depending. And I'd rather would be resurrect. Depending on how many tanks are in front of him, if he's being focused or not, you could then use the bring it on ability. Maybe to bring some focus, like mortar for instance, onto him, or a cannon. As long as he's pretty healthy, then wait for the cooldown, and then you could use the resurrect when he's getting lower and ready to die. So keep that cooldown now. That's a big issue with him, and you won't see too many people using his bring it on ability. The last one, BP, is thirsty. He loves it. I really should have done the maths, but I don't want to. He costs a lot of BP to upgrade from level 1 to level 28, I think, is the max for now. I would say it's somewhere in the region of 50 to 80,000 BP. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're trying to upgrade the other 10 legendary pirates, it really is a lot. Okay, so that's it for Black Bart. Stay tuned to be able to find out more about the other legendary pirates that you want to hear about. Thanks for watching all, and bye for now.